Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. In the beginning, God shaped the garden unlike any other place on earth. It was called Eden, a paradise filled with every kind of tree, tall, fragrant, and bursting with fruit. Rivers sparkled through it, animals roamed freely, and every breeze carried peace. In this perfect place, God formed the first man, Adam, and placed him among the beauty he created. God gave Adam the task of caring for the garden. Everything he needed was provided, and the world was in complete harmony. But God saw that Adam should not be alone. So, from Adam's rib, he crafted Eve, a companion equal to him in dignity and purpose. When Adam saw her, he rejoiced, for she was a perfect partner, gifted with wisdom, beauty, and grace. Together, they walked through Eden with joy, learning from God and tending to the world around them. They lived without fear, pain, or shame. God had given them freedom, and with freedom came a single command. You may eat from any tree in the garden, except the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for if you eat of it, you will surely die. For a time, Adam and Eve lived contentedly, never questioning God's instruction. But in the garden dwelled a serpent, crafty, watchful, and skilled in twisting truth. One day, while Eve was admiring the beauty of the trees, the serpent approached her. With a voice as smooth as moving water, it asked, "Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?" Eve replied, "We may eat from the trees, but God warned us not to eat from the tree in the middle of the garden, nor even touch it, or we will die." The serpent's eyes gleamed. "You will not surely die," it whispered. "God knows that when you eat of it, your eyes will be opened. You will be like him, knowing good and evil." Eve looked again at the fruit, bright, beautiful, and inviting. A hunger stirred within her, not for food, but for wisdom. She reached out, plucked the fruit, and ate. Then she brought Adam, who stood beside her. Knowing the command but swayed by her urging, Adam also took a bite. In that moment, innocence shattered. Their eyes were open, but what they saw was not glory. It was their own nakedness and vulnerability. Shame flooded their hearts. They quickly sewed fig leaves together, trying to cover what had never needed covering before. When they heard God walking through the garden in the cool of the day, they hid among the trees. God called, "Adam, where are you?" Adam trembled as he answered, "I heard you in the garden and was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." "Who told you that you were naked?" God asked. "Have you eaten from the tree I commanded you not to eat from?" Adam replied, "The woman you gave me, she gave me the fruit and I ate it." God turned to Eve. "What have you done?" "The serpent deceived me," she said, "and I ate." Then God spoke judgment to the serpent. He said it would crawl on its belly and face enmity with humanity. To Eve, he declared that childbirth would bring pain, yet her heart would long for her husband. To Adam, he said the ground would now resist him. Work would become toil, and sweat would be his companion. Though judgment came, God's love remained. Before sending them out of Eden, he made garments of animal skin for Adam and Eve, clothing them in his care even as they bore the consequences of their choice. They left the garden with heavy hearts, knowing they had lost their perfect home. Yet God had also given them hope, a promise that one day a descendant would crush the serpent's power and restore what had been broken. Thus began the story of humanity, a story of freedom, temptation, choices, and redemption. Adam and Eve stepped into the world beyond Eden, carrying both the weight of their decision and the spark of God's enduring grace. A reminder that even in failure, his plan for salvation was already unfolding.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like our video.